Alright, hello, I am Hikari Harpy, and today there are a number of things that I would like to go over. So, first of all, if you've been looking at my streams for a while, you might have noticed that there's something new on my welcome screen, and that is that the Creator's Garden is now filled with Borbs. So basically, if you are someone who supports me, and is a visitor of Sanctus, then you get to have a little Borb on this screen. So yeah, if you ever feel generous, then this is something that maybe could be one of you. But yes, so these are all names of lovely people who have continued to support me on my art journey. And yeah. As for the topic of today's video, I am indeed starting a new story within the Snapdragon Club webcomic series. And this time, it is the Actress's Tale. So without further ado, let's get on to the main camera. And as you can see with the Borbs, now that I am flipped on the camera, their names are actually the right side forward. Also, I hope that the audio is an improvement. I turned up my microphone to 300%. I had no idea why it needed to be that high. But, yeah, hopefully I sound better, clearer. And I also moved the microphone so that I could stay within distance, because it always seems like the audio is better whenever I stay close to the microphone. But yeah, you can slightly see it behind me actually. But yeah, so right here we have what I would consider the cover page for the Actress's Tale. And here is Mackenzie Varance in her beautiful glory. She's not having the best time. But that'll become clearer as the picture comes into focus. So for those who don't know, the Snapdragon Club web series, or webcomic series, I should say, that is my original creation. And it is essentially an anthology of comics, of stories that take place within the world of Sanctus. And there are actually a number of them available on the channel already. First one being the Snapdragon Club Grand Opening comic, which is a collection of slideshow videos that go one by one, panel by panel. So you can look at that at your leisure. It's around 40 minutes-ish of video runtime. You know, not including any time you might pause or anything. Then there is also The Wanderer's Tale, which is a reader point of view comic, in which you take the point of view of someone who has been recently transported to the world of Sanctus as a human. And you find your way to the titular Snapdragon Club. And then there is also the current work in progress, The Hunter's Tale, which currently is a comic dub that is has 2 parts right now. Currently working on the 3rd and final part. It is so close to completion, but there are a few things that I'm still missing, so it'll take a while. But yes, so while I'm waiting for a few things to come into play, I will be working on the next story, which is The Actress's Tale. And hello, welcome, haruo. Favorite flower is hydrangea. Reminds me of my childhood a lot, and love the purple. Also excited for the new comic. Hype! Thank you very much. Also, please tell me how the audio is sounding. I have messed with it a lot this time around. So, yes. I am hoping that the audio mixing is, well, it is always a fear of mine, because I want you guys to be able to hear me. It's like, what is the point of the stream if not to hear me while I'm drawing? Although, admittedly, it is a little bit difficult to speak while drawing sometimes, but I'm learning. But yes, so The Actress's Tale will center around the heroine, Mackenzie Varance. She is the titular actress, and she is also someone who has been, transported to the world of Sanctus, not by the same way as the Wanderer's Tale, but in a different way that is a little bit more, I wouldn't say more traumatic, but possibly more traumatic, because it's a little bit more of a survivor horror that she came out of. So she's dealing with that while also making her way to the Snapdragon Club. She's going to be very interesting to draw because she has a lot of details to her. real speaking while drawing is not a good combo. Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, I never thought that it would be an issue until I actually try to do it, and then I go, it's like, you know, patting your head while rubbing your tummy sort of thing. Two actions that seem simple by themselves, but if you try to put them together, then suddenly you have to manually coordinate that. But yes, as for my own favorite flower, well, I think at this point it's safe to say that it would be the snapdragon. They're just so fascinating in the way that the petals are formed, you know? They do look like little dragon maws. And the colors are very beautiful. But yes. Technically, the Hunter's Tale comic is complete, but my current plan with it is to wait until the comic dub is complete before I start putting out the rest of the pages out on the Ask Sanctus webcomic Tumblr. That's where I post, you know, just the pages, essentially. But I also, like, answer questions about Sanctus and Snapdragon Club lore as well on that Tumblr. So, you know, if you have a Tumblr, feel free to hit me up. Or if you ever, you know, draw things or make any sort of art. Like fanfiction too, you know. Those are probably the best way to reach out to me with all those creations. And hello, welcome Alpha. Dude, do I sound any better to you? Cause I had to turn up my microphone on my OBS to 300%. And I'm hoping that helped. I was messing with the audio a lot before stream. So, yeah. Yes. I'm glad that it's a lot louder for you. Yeah, I had to mess around with that a lot. Like, I had to, first of all, I had to make sure that my own headphones are like lowered in volume so that I could turn my desktop's volume like a lot higher, because in the past it was like all the way down because I had my headphones at max. So I tried it the other way around. I lowered my headphone volume so that I could turn the desktop volume up. So I just basically went from there and attempted to recalibrate in a sense. But yes, I hope you're doing well. I'm currently drawing essentially what will act as my cover art for my latest comic story in the Snapdragon Club series, The Actress's Tale. Trying to be very careful because she wears a decent amount of makeup and I don't want to go overboard with it. She also wears a decent amount of fishnet. How to max out the volume while you grab some dinner. Of course, of course. Managed to finish the last art fight attack with 1 hour left till the deadline. Congratulations! I'm so glad that you had a successful art fight this year. Doing good, back from Japan, so I have no excuse for now working on art prints. Art fight seems so stressful this year from what I've heard from friends and whatnot. Yes, I also keep thinking about art fight, but I think with the amount of projects that I keep giving myself, I would have like no time or energy to be doing proper attacks for anybody, so that's the only reason that I've stayed out of art fight is because I have comics. I have comics and video ideas. I guess one idea I've had that I can mention. I don't know if you're familiar with the potion seller video, but ever since I listened to that and saw other people make all sorts of things with that audio, I've always wondered that if I could possibly do something with that, because potion seller and then Alden, my alchemist demon, being a potion seller, it just seems like a perfect fit, and I would love to do something with that. I'm still working out what exactly, but that's something that I would like to put out as a cute little, video idea. Let's see, what else? I don't know. I just currently have a lot of ideas at the moment, but far too many, actual sketches that I need to work on first, because that ends up taking a decent amount of time. Yes. Now this is going to be slightly interesting because most of these characters on this page I've drawn before and I know their colors more or less. But then there's one new character that I made just for the actress's tale, and that's this guy. So he's new. With as many characters as there are that are refurbished fan characters, there's still a decent amount of characters within the Snapdragon Club series that are, in fact, completely new in general. Essentially, on this page, only Mackenzie is a refurbished fan character of mine. She is my fan character for Silent Hill. Therefore, that's why she ended up in the survival horror section of the World of Sanctus. And Alfie, welcome, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. Post and seller video, love it, yes. I feel like the only way you can get stressed over art fight would be if you take it too serious. Whether you made 1 or 10 attacks really doesn't matter. Well, I understand that, but, you know, I don't know. I guess it's just the idea of wanting to put something out there of quality so that other people don't assume you're in there just to get, you know, free art or whatever. You know, it's the whole community aspect that can be a little bit daunting. We're just awkward babies in here. Agree, feel more people need to have fun with their art. Yes, agreed. I try to push myself a bit, but I tend to react well to the level of pressure. That's also fair. And for the question of the day, I love roses. Ah, roses. Very classic. Powerful, passionate roses. In fact, well, actually, one moment. Would this count as a rose? Sorry. Very late flashing warning. My bad. Didn't realize how that would come off on camera. Those who are in there would post scribbles. Yeah, I suppose you have a point there. Right. And I guess on the subject of flowers, one of the side characters of this story, in Mackenzie's backstory at least, is a fae known as the Ruby Merchant. And actually, yeah. The Ruby Merchant is essentially like, you know, like the Duke in the Resident Evil Village sort of deal. He's there to give you your supplies to help you survive for a price. And in his case, it's his currency is rubies, made out of blood. Whose blood? He's not particularly picky about the details. Actually, yeah. I was about to say I don't put that much effort into my art-fight text either, but I feel like you might shoot me if I said that. Yes, because I've been to your streams. I have seen what you draw as an attack for art fight. You know, I think anyone would consider themselves like super lucky and grateful to get an attack like that. You know, my personal bias and opinion. I mean, I know I would. So yes, don't you dare put down your art. They are all super lovely. And that goes for anyone also making art. You can do it. Keep going back and forth on what I want to color the Ruby Merchant's cloak, but like I have one old picture near me that I'm kind of looking at and going like, you know what? I think that works fine. That works fine. He's just a guy. Oh, you would? You better join next time. Oh, I see how it is. I see how it is. We'll see how I'm feeling by the time the next art fight rolls around. Hopefully, maybe, if I have less projects on my plate by then, I'll be able to join. I might come to you for help on how to, like, set up things, since I've never done art fight before. Ever. But, yeah. Inside voices. That is my inside voice. That is the inside voice of a dwarf. I'm sorry. I ad-lib. Also, I have not been noticing, but has the chat box not been showing up on the stream? I don't know. There's still some things about streaming I'm still trying to figure out. I know last time, like, the chat box was working decently, so I don't know. Oh, there it is. Okay, I see it. Putting down your own art is always a thing, I feel like. Is it good? No, but we all do it, I feel like. Yeah, it's, you know, you're your own worst critic sort of deal, you know? But, you know, it's just a thing that you kind of need to find a balance for. It's like, you don't want to be too harsh on yourself to the point where you don't make anything because you don't feel you're good enough. But you also don't want to get such a big head that you become so super delusional that you just refuse any criticisms whatsoever. Happy with my art, just see every single flaw is left there. Yeah, I mean, I personally reached a point in my art where generally I like what I make, but I've also, you know, come with the added, like, mindset of just finish it, just call it good enough so that you actually finish it. Because it is important, especially for comics, you know, to make sure that it's at least finished. If it's bad, it's bad, you know, but at least finish it. Even if it wasn't that great, then you can just finish it and then move on. Just you know, give it a clean cut. But yes, I guess chat has been super fast. Which, by the way, I am very grateful for everyone who managed to make it for this very interesting time slot that I've chosen for myself. I know it's probably not the most conducive for some people, and I completely understand that. But I am very grateful for those who managed to stop by. trying to design this guy in particular was very interesting because it's like I was trying to like give it a similar vibe to like the masked slashers of those types of slasher horror films. But it's like, but what sort of mask should he wear, and what would that look like, and you know, what sort of, you know, design, shape, language do I want for this one in particular? And I think I really like the rusty, you know, welder sort of mask. And I think the black drippy stuff around the visor portion of it kind of gives me like ye old creepypasta vibes, you know? And then this monster over here. I think when I initially designed this one, I might have taken inspiration from like those what was it? Scary tales to or spooky tales to tell in the dark. And just that sort of design style. Very sketchy, very like things you would see out of the corner of your eye in the mist somewhere. And now I'm gonna color the darn thing. Which might not be the most conducive thing to keeping a horror aesthetic, but you know, that'll be fine. And I have been doing line art with a completely wrong color this entire time. It's fine. It might be better this way, who knows? It's a very EU-friendly time slot. Yes, I am very glad that my friends in the EU can join in. Many artists indeed underestimate the value of actually finishing something. Agreed. It's like it at least makes, a satisfying, conclusion for those who've been following along too. It's like, how many like fanfics or other comics have you seen where it's like you're so invested, you've been following along, and then at some point it just drops off the face of the earth, never to be heard from again, and you're just like, come on. At least tell me what happens in the end. I feel like the most effective mask for those types of characters to hit the horror aspect, one for me, are the ones with the dirty, bloodstained, smiling masks. Yeah, I can see that, definitely. Also, I hope you can still hear me while I'm over here reading from my monitor, because I'm at like even more distance than when I'm sitting down, so yeah. Well, those masks are always fun in my opinion. Yeah, I don't think I've drawn Wilder's masks a whole lot. So it was definitely a fun experimentation. But I also had to deal with the fact that I didn't want to show his head at all. So he's kind of also has like this, black sort of cover mask in the back of it as well. So it's like, nope, I don't want to see. I don't want to see if you're human underneath that. Gotta keep you a mystery. I'll need to go for the time being so I can freshen up. I may be back soon, alright? But either way, thank you for stopping by. And that monster in the bottom part actually reminds me a lot of common depictions of Hastur, the King in Yellow. I approve. Yeah, so that's actually the Ruby Merchant, and he is a fae, actually. So, yeah, I can definitely see the, the relation to depictions of Hastur, the King in Yellow. Yeah, except he is not yellow. He is, I decided to give him like a purple cloak, and he's got like a red rose as his face. So yeah, he is a very enigmatic fae. And what is a fae doing in the land of survival horror? Well, who knows? I think what's kind of fun about this monster up on top here is that I am trying to go for sort of like a fabric-y scarecrow type deal. So it does like give me a little bit of, oh, what do these creases look like? And it's like, oh, would it be tiny? Would it be like going all the way up like that? And I think it just makes for like an interesting look for a possible monster face, Like in general, I just think scarecrows make for very interesting monsters. I think they hit that sort of same creepiness that of the uncanny valley that mannequins possibly do for some people. but I do not want to overdo it. Alright, I think I got all my line work that I wanted to do, so I'll just go ahead and start erasing. I will figure out the background at a later date. Sometimes that's just how a lot of my art goes. I just go, you know what, if you can't decide right now, just decide on what's priority and then, you know, move on so you can just keep moving. Because if you stay stagnant, you're not gonna get anywhere. Just keep swimming. Just knock my pen off the table. But yeah. I think she's looking pretty good so far. Nice and clean. Which is how she prefers it. Like as much as she can handle being in the grungy survival horror backdrop, she definitely does not prefer to be there. So let's see here. What have we got? There's some really good colors in here. Really nice colors. I might use this one as the hint of her eyeshadow, because there's not much room to see it anyhow. But just want a hint of that in there. A little bit more erasing in that area. There we go. Could have gone with the biker helmet too. Yeah, that could have also been a choice. Yes, you're right. You could say the merchant sees the world through rose-tinted glasses, but he's just a very opportunistic fae. Actually, while I'm up, needed to grab a few very important colors, especially the yellow and brown, because I need that for Mackenzie's hair. Especially since, ta-da, I have gotten more yellow and brown ink, which I am very grateful for. There we go. So the way Mackenzie's hair is she's got both yellow and brown in her hair. It's kinda Pikachu-esque, actually. But it is not supposed to be like Pikachu. She is not an electric type. Some may argue that her personality might be, but... Mr. Repairman. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Gonna be in and out of major way, but hello, yes. You know, that's what the stream is for. You're free to come and go as you please. Favorite flower? More basic answer is sunflower because it helps you defend against zombies. It's a striking flower. Also, I'm fond of fly-eating ones. They're just really cool. Oh, like the Venus flytrap? Yeah. But also, sunflowers are really neat too. And I mean, you know, someone earlier said that roses are their favorite, so, you know, classics are classics for a reason, so. And you're right, sunflowers are very striking. Which is really telling considering I am currently coloring with the color. It's technically, like the marker says sunflower, but I've been using Blick replacement alcohol because it's cheaper. Okay. Well, interesting place to showcase that I do in fact have more ink. So basically what I've been doing is that I grab one from this ink bottle and then I test it on a piece of paper to figure out which one it closely resembles. It's not always a one-to-one match, but I just pick whatever's closest because I don't plan on going back anyways, so. Then I just use a little piece of paper to mark which marker I use to replace this ink with. Actually, maybe I should be using the broad nib for this one. then just a tinge of the brighter shade, because I don't have a lot of this one left. Okay, gotta be careful with this one, because I'm still not the most confident when it comes to putting makeup on characters. Like, just have it show that they're obviously wearing lipstick or eyeshadow. Especially if I'm not looking to make them look like they're from, like, they're wearing makeup for like a stage play or anything. Should I have that? I don't know. Is this one running out of ink? Ah, darn it. This is what I get for putting the makeup on first. Alright, see you later, Harpy. Thank you for stopping by again. I hope you have a good day too. The same goes to anyone watching the VOD. I hope you're having a wonderful day as well. It is still pretty warm where I'm at. I know that. I'm keeping cool with some tea nearby. Anyone who knows me knows how much I like my milk tea. Although I also enjoy some fruity teas every now and again. Yeah, I believe she's got really nice blue eyes. Okay. But yeah, I hope this one runs out of ink soon so that I can get rid of it. I already have a decent amount of markers, so I don't need many, extra colors. So I think what I'll do... I think I like how that one turned out, so I'm gonna try and see if I can replicate that shade again. Because I want it to look like it's a sheer fabric. box now. I'm just gonna be a little bit more careful because these are the dark grays and blacks. I can't exactly cover these over if I make a mistake. Well, yeah, so I don't know how many of you know about Twisted Metal, but season 2 just dropped, so I decided to start watching that. I've only watched the first episode so far, and so far I like the direction it's going. I am looking forward to seeing all the cool stuff in there. Aw, man. I'm upset that I didn't remember this when Alfie was still here, but I don't know if I mentioned this last stream, but season 2 of Hazbin Hotel also announced that it was coming out at the end of the near the end of this year. I think it was in October. And I was like, aw, dang. Aw, dang. Well, I got new shows to watch now, so there's that. And of course, Amazing Digital Circus has episode 6, a teaser out, so yeah, it's a good day for those shows. Oh, you knew the source material, so you know about the PlayStation games? Yeah. Yeah, Peacock was the one who took up the Twisted Metal TV show. And admittedly, you know, it's an interesting take on the series, considering that there is a lot in terms of creativity when it comes to the games, but in terms of a canon storyline, only really 2 and Head-On had any sort of vague continuity between them. Everything else was just kind of up in the air. It's so long as you had Calypso, the Twisted Metal tournament, and a number of mainstay drivers and vehicles, then you could basically make a Twisted Metal game whatever you want. That's how we got Twisted Metal Black and Small Brawl and 3 and 4, unfortunately. But I'll say that, but it's for those who actually like 3 and 4, it's the games themselves are fine for what they are. It's just in terms of lore continuity wise that it falls a little flat. If you take them as standalone games, they're perfectly serviceable and fine. You can make something out of that. But if you wanted to incorporate it into the entire franchise as a whole, then it's But yeah, for those who don't know, I also love Twisted Metal. That is also, you know, a part of my childhood. Essentially, I even made a little video of me drawing up Sweet Tooth. So if anyone's interested in that, you know, you can find it somewhere in the fan art section of my channel. Yeah, Sweet Tooth is a requirement. How they utilize Sweet Tooth is apparently a different matter. But how they decided to portray Sweet Tooth in the show, I really enjoy. It's like, it's a good mix of the goofy wackiness that is his portrayal in some of the games, as well as, you know, the general, you know, how, like, absolutely, like, horrible and scary he is. And I think it's because they got Jason. I think it was it. Was it Jason Momoa? I'm so sorry. I'm gonna go look this up. Yeah, Samoa Joe does the body acting for Sweet Tooth. And then they have... who do they have? Will Arnett doing the voice. I remember with friends I made an impromptu idea for a player, a crazed fanboy named Painkiller who hijacked an ambulance. I was wheeling him away from the tournament after an accident. Ooh, I like that idea. I like that one. I also made a fan character for Twisted Metal, actually, who I've also repurposed as a fan character for Transformers. But in terms of, like, who she is in the Twisted Metal franchise, her name is Emma Siren, and her vehicle's name is the trademark. And that's because, like, her special is basically this giant branding, you know, thing that has a TM on it, which is also, like, a little cute nod to the fact that TM also stands for Twisted Metal, so... her whole thing is, like, getting her, like, car repair business, you know, off the ground, and as a franchise, very successful business sort of thing. Like, that's her whole thing. But she's also a little bit of a coward, so she's not very good at the whole vehicular combat part. But she's gonna try. Guy behind the counter, welcome, welcome.
Oh
It reminded me of the Chronicles of Darkness RPG from Promethean the Created, where you're some variation of revivified corpse that wishes to become human, and also the world hates you. Not very cheery, but ironically optimistic for a COD book. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, that looks about right. Let's see. I'm a little iffy that this is what his color pattern will stay as, but for now, that's what it's gonna be. Like these two, I'm confident in their colors. This one, I'm mostly confident that this is gonna be the color palette for that monster. It's okay. I mean, overall piece is looking good at least. Just want to figure out how I'm going to color in the background, the main background. How I want to do that. Yay, thank you. Man. Barely 2 hours. Why am I tired then? I got sleep. I think I will just go for a super ultramarine blue and then do the title of the story in white gel pen. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Because this is another marker that I wish to use up. Dang, okay. There was enough ink in this for all that. There we go. And then white gel pen. Whoa. Quick stretches, everybody. This is me calling for a hydrate and stretch check. That includes anybody watching the VOD. You're not exempt from this just because you're not here. I thought maybe the colored outline would look alright, but it looks like it blends in a little too well for what I want to go for, so I went in with the darker gray for this one. And I think what I'll do over here is that I'll make a bigger separation here. And everything else looks decent enough. Make a bigger separation here too. Also make this a little bit more defined. Because, yeah. That's blending into his skin a little bit too much. I don't want that. Don't want that at all. They're supposed to look like broken glass or puzzle pieces. almost done. The only thing about these white gel pens is that you need sometimes they just need to take a bit before the ink actually starts flowing properly. There we go. And here we are, a finished piece. And just slightly different on camera, but that's alright. I think the parts that I'm most proud of for this one are the eye and the Ruby Merchant. Looking forward to it? Well, you're gonna get to have a little sneak peek actually, because not only was I planning to color this little cover page here, but I'm actually going to work on inking and maybe coloring the first page. So in terms of this comic, actually, I am up to sketching, like, I have sketched about 13 pages of this comic so far. So that's 13 pages already in the works. And you're gonna get to see the first page, which is very much a stylistic choice that I went with. You're not gonna get context for this page for a while, but first of all, I needed to clean out my workspace because I do not need this many colors up over here. I'll keep that one, keep that one. Might need that one. Might need that one. Don't need that one, I'll need this one. Definitely will need that one. Might need this one. Might need that one. We'll need this one and that one and that one. Don't need these. Technically don't need this one. I'll keep these just in case. I won't need these. I might need these actually. Won't need that. Okay. I think I've lowered it down to the bare minimum of colors that I might need. Whoop. Bumped into my mic, sorry about that. This one, definitely gonna need this one. At least 4 perils. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Broken eye is great. I'm used to taking each page one at a time. Yeah. It's... The thing is, I basically use the sketching stage to like help me plan where I'm going. Because I can't just do it on a lined piece of paper where I'm just like, okay, it's this point and then that happens, and because that happens, this happens, and that happens, and that happens. My brain, I can't really conceptualize what's happening with just pure text. I have to actually, sketch it out and actually, write the words in the panels to see how it would look like. And then I can come to some sort of conclusion of, oh, maybe I need to switch this around. Maybe I need to have a little bit more time in between panels to help sell a certain tone that I want to go for. But yeah. And it's also generally just so I know that I have something. that I actually want to work on and want to finish. Otherwise, it's going to end up like a lot like my idea for the potion seller video, in which I thought I had a good idea. I thought I had a pretty decent idea. However, it's I only got so far, and that's the reason I have a stopping point for the potion seller video, is because there's a lot of demon realm lore that I want to like shove into it, and I don't have a lot of that solidified. So that's something I have to think about before I can continue on with the potion seller video, unfortunately. You write what you want to happen next and then determine how much of that works on the page and how much has to be carried over to the next. Maybe I'll try better planning another time. Yeah, that's me. Maybe I'll try better planning another time, but that's just me personally and like what I like to do, just because I can't get my brain to function and cooperate any other way. I think that's just one of those things. It's like your brain is just another tool that you have to work with. And it's like you can't switch it out or try to like maybe you can try to make it better, but sometimes you just gotta work with what you got. But that all highly depends. And that's just purely opinion. Purely opinion. Do not take what I say as gospel. super curious now for the Twisted Metal series because, like I said, I've only watched the first episode of season 2, and I'm wondering how they're going to do the contest aspect. Because the whole thing is like they set it in a post-apocalyptic like 2000s. So it's like the world ended in the 90s. So now it's taking place in like the 2000s, 2020s. Which is a neat way of doing it. But also, like, just purely from a story standpoint, how would the contest be set? Like, what sort of rules would Calypso have to ensure that the contest goes the way he wants it to? And I think the better question is, why is he hosting this tournament in the first place? And I guess for those watching the VOD or in the chat, feel free to let me know about any any video games that you're nostalgic for. Because I don't know. I kinda enjoy this trend of like video games actually getting decent like movie and TV show adaptations. It's like we got Sonic, we got Mario, we got The Last of Us, I heard, is pretty alright. And then we also have Twisted Metal, and I'm saying decent ones, because I've heard that there are still, you know, other TV shows and stuff that are still not all that great. Okay. I think I might have the line art done for this page. Oh, I stand corrected. There is one spot that I did not ink yet because I wanted to use colored ink for that spot. Taiko no Tatsujin I have fond memory of. Also, I was drawing. Yeah, no. If you don't mind me asking, what are you drawing? But Taiko no Tatsujin, is that the one where you get, that's the Taiko rhythm game? Because I've seen plenty of that and that looks really fun. I think like I might have seen it in like one arcade I've been to, but other than that, I haven't been so lucky to see it around. I remember one time the arcade nearby had the table flip game, which I thought was super fun and funny. And the number of times I had to go correct line art, yeah. I feel like having a colored line art in my works nowadays helps mitigate a decent amount of my mistakes, because sometimes I'll end up like making line art and then being like, I don't remember what this line was for. And then I go to color and be like, oh no, wait, I remember now, no! Drawing prints I gotta finish. Kaiju and Dungeon Meshi. Just flip-flopping. Yeah, Kaiju and Dungeon Meshi, those are good ones, yeah. Actually, I think what I'll do is I think these two colors is alright. Taiko no Tatsujin, the Taiko rhythm game, yeah. I remember the arcade. Never really went, but played it a lot in Tokyo. Yeah. Taiko no Tatsujin was my intro to music in general. I guess that's what a DDR was for me. Like, I played so many Dance Dance Revolution songs. not too concerned with going outside of the lines for these particular panels, because I'm going to do something a little bit extra special with this page. song sounds almost like 3DS me music. Yeah, I could hear that too. In general, this music, what was it? Stream Cafe? Or Steam Cafe? Let me check really quick. Yeah, Stream Cafe. It's another channel I found. And so far I've had no issues using their music, so I really like theirs because they give me like a slice of life anime type of vibes, so this is also like really nice calming music to like do activities to. Grab that warm gray. This is going to be interesting because I'm using a lot of different tones of gray. Which I don't usually do. But it's good practice for me. Yeah. Something fell down near me and that scared the heck out of me. What fell? A coat. The hanger broke? What in the world? Okay. 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 Jeez. Sorry about that. My heart rate just like went up all of a sudden. Wardrobe ghosts. So somebody call an exorcist. thingy. It's not often I draw like vaguely spooky things. I don't think. Not of the at least of the type that's could be seen as like a horror drawing. Like there's edgy, and then there's like spooky. So I'm hoping that it's still interesting and not too spooky, that it might, you know, deter people, but you know, everyone has their limits as to what they can handle. Like, I just realized I really don't like spiders. Like, I cannot handle pictures of spiders. And like, the realistic ones at least. Like, stuff like Nursilla and Lalabarina from Monster Hunter, I can deal. And actually, they're usually not that spooky to me. Like, they don't make me wanna just fight or flight. But those like Balakji in Wilds and then the Nursilla spawn, yeah, I don't like those. I was just like, yeah, no. Would rather not, please and thank you. Also, I just realized I did not finish coloring that. What in the world? too bad, not too bad. But yeah, I think this is coming out pretty good. All I need to do, I think now, is do what I planned for the background, which is color it all in black essentially, and then I'll call this page done. Do a little bit of hand stretches because it is starting to ache a little bit. question is there enough ink in this marker just to fill out the rest of this page? But yeah, I think once I'm done coloring this page, I will be calling the stream. Because I think my hand needs a rest. I did not realize I was drawing this much until I decided to go ow. Alrighty. Well, I succeeded in getting the entire page covered, which is precisely what I wanted. Just enough. To the point where one side of the marker's dry, but not the other one, which is very interesting. Actually, maybe I'll just... a little bit like that. Oh, I missed a spot. Good thing I stopped to go over it once more. And yeah, I think I can call this page officially done. But yeah, and unlike the Hunter's Tale, I think I'll be holding off on doing any potential comic dubs for this, so that I can focus on getting the comic out, so that I'm not keeping people waiting as long. But yeah, so with that, I think I will call today's stream. So thank you all very much for coming. For everyone who is in chat, thank you all for joining me. And thank you anyone who decided to watch the VOD all the way through. So just as a quick reminder, if you like the art that I do and you want to support me and my stories in the world of Sanctus and the Snapdragon Club, please take a look at my Ko-fi page. Not only can you do really tiny donations, but I also have a sticker shop available where you can get stickers of my Snapdragon Club characters. I found out I have one of Piro, actually. Piro is one of the hosts of the Snapdragon Club, and he is available in the grand opening set along with Scotty Hijack and Oren Kingsley, whoop, along with one more sticker in that set. I don't have a Vakshi one on me, unfortunately, but he's in there. And then, if you don't like any of those from the grand opening set, there's also the Hunter's Tale set, which includes, I believe, Crystal, Falcon, the Forest Guardian, and Shade. So, yeah. If you guys fancy some stickers, they are also in the Ko-fi link. Alright. So, with that being said, once again, thank you all for coming. And I would love to see you all next Friday, where I will probably be continuing inking and coloring pages. So I guess if you guys want a sneak peek at the actress's tale, following the streams is a good way to do it at this point. All right, I'll see you guys later. Have a good weekend, everybody. Bye. Bye.